And let's see what you guys decide. I'll cut the cam so you guys can see the pick and bans behind the big old Temmadome hat. That is a hocus if you guys can't tell.
Oh, and we do see that meme Team J was referencing. He's got Techh, he's got Rise, he's got Zeno.
And this is hype, guys. When was the last time we've seen a 𝗧𝗵𝗶 in a tournament? And it's not a tournament, this is casual, but hey, when was the last time we've seen a 𝗧𝗵𝗶 period? I am ecstatic to see it. And hey, Pat, are you seeing that little fish right there in the bottom corner?
Yeah, that's 𝗧𝗲𝗺𝗺's signature 𝗦𝘂𝗽𝗍𝗶. With
that is right.
Boomerang action.
Yeah, the 𝗦𝘂𝗽𝗍𝗶, guys, just to give it a rundown, we got Temsdale. That is not a knock, guys. That is the middle evolution. And yes, Potato the 𝗧𝗏𝗏 will be coming out to play. And 𝗂𝘀𝗶𝗺 incoming 06. We will see J-Dragon coming with some spice, and Techh, not, coming with a bit of a Brody / 𝗧𝗵𝗵𝗏𝗍𝗏 team with that Doom in mind, that Pocus, that Tortonite. But it looks like he's not doing that stuff this game. It looks like he's going to keep these straightforward. He doesn't have a melee Temtem for that 𝗧𝗵𝗏𝗍𝗏, so that is a key thing to look out for on Tech's team.
Sage, it would not be a J-Dragon meme team without the Temsdale Potato combo.
That is right. And you know what? All these Tems on J-Dragon's team, we haven't seen 90% of these, or 4 out of 5 of these Tems. We've never ever seen them here today. So let's go. J-Dragon versus Techh for the first matchup of the second round. Congratulations to Ricky Tan getting that first champ. Hey Ricky, if we get another champion, we could do champion versus champion, but we'll see where the time takes us.
And Danman does mention, as I did notice, Techh did have the triple starter team, the Tortonite, Naga, and 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏.
Oh, very true. Yeah, the triple starter lineup. And Raise, and the 2 passive traits already doing what they always do, right? Demoralize activated, Protector activated, and here's the 𝗦𝘂𝗽𝗍𝗶. All right. What does he have in mind with this guy?
You did read the 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 coming in, responding with the 𝗦𝘂𝗽𝗍𝗏, and just a simple embers onto the 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗏. 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗏 throws out the noxious bomb onto the Raise. Did not read the 𝗦𝘂𝗽𝗍𝗏 swap.
Yeah, not too bad. And let's see what kind of Tem is it. It is going to be an anaerobic Temtem. I can't recall. Is there a physical win technique? I don't think there is, right? Well, besides Feather Gatling, of course. Feather Gatling, but I'm saying... The what? Oh, boomerang!
Yeah, it's physical.
Okay. So boomerang is a technique that 𝗧𝗵𝗵𝗏𝗏. What is that from, Pat? Do you have any idea? 𝗧𝗵𝗵𝗏𝗏?
I have no idea, but maybe Jay could tell us in the winter interview.
Oh, you got your money on Jay, I see.
We'll see.
All right, so hey, this 𝗦𝘂𝗽𝗍𝗏 maybe too threatening out that Volder in there. So Techh going on the Kinu, buffing up this 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏. Let's see what these guys have. And is the hypnosis onto the Kinu. Ouch. Mental immunity, not gonna be letting it go to sleep.
Wow. Techh stays in with 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 in the face of a potential water cannon, potentially with Synergy Master, to stonewall and brings in the Kinu to buff it further. That was a ballsy play.
Yeah, and to add on top of those balls, didn't even go for a heat up, just straight up with the stonewall. Take a look at that 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 buffs right now. It's at +4 defense, +4 defense, +2 special defense. This 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 is gonna be going crazy.
And we do see the wreck come out, but that's probably just for the plus defense from Earthbound, and we do see that coming in.
And wow, I will say that is the fastest maxed out defense we've ever seen on a 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏. I believe it's only like turn 4, turn 5, and we have a maxed out +5 special defense Sa Wukong 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏. So well done. And like you said, it still took some big damage from the water cannon, adding on top of those toxic ticks with the 𝗧𝗏𝗺 synergy.
Still 30% with +2 special defense from the water cannon damage, and then the toxic tick on top, taking out another 12.5%.
That is right. And hey, Happy Vampire 23, thank you so much for the follow, Happy Vampire. And Vlad, we got the triple T going on, the Temsdale Temmadome Takedown. It still sounds crazy every time we say it, but I'm liking it so far. Alright, so 𝗧𝗏𝗺 coming out onto the board. 𝗧𝗵𝗆 replacing that 𝗧𝗵𝗆. And the wind stream, that's a physical win technique too.
Yeah, 𝗂𝘀𝗶 has 2 of them. Windstream and Boomerang. Boomerang is only shared by Saku, and Windstream, of course, is unique to 𝗂𝘀𝗶.
Yeah, you know what? I like Tech's game plan. Not going too much on the offense as we see J-Dragon's HP. All of them are in the green. It looks like the game plan is just to start setting up and a hypnosis thanks to that +2 speed on that wind 𝗂𝘀𝗶, putting the 𝗲𝗏 to sleep, and here we go. If you guys don't know, 𝗧𝗏𝗺 is the heaviest hitting crystal spiker in the game. Add madness buff on top of that, things are gonna get dicey here today. But hey, the Tortonized Garden putting the 𝗧𝗏𝗺 on a timer here.
Yes, indeed, and I don't think we have a way for Jay to take it off. Yeah, I'm not seeing one on his team.
No bamboozle users. He could hypno himself, and what can he do? He could hypno himself, or you know what? 𝗧𝗏𝗺 generally doesn't even have 3 turns because 2 crystal spikes is all he can afford with that stamina. He has a sweatband, so maybe 3 crystal spikes is what he can afford. So let's see if the damage can be done in these next 3 turns. Oh wait, this might give an out to J-Dragon, the cage, and if you hypno with your fish the next turn.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Tortonite does want the cage, but then you're helping out J-Dragon. He can hypno this turn and take off the Doom.
Yeah, and the 𝗂𝘀𝗶 was intended to leave, so he didn't have the hypno there, but 𝗂𝘀𝗶 is on the board, so he could hypno himself. Unfortunately though, I believe at +2 speed you're gonna be outspeeding the crystal spike, but in a world where crystal spike goes first. But okay, to save himself from the Doom, he will sleep himself, so no more Doom. I don't know how worth it that's gonna be, but we'll find out.
I mean, Techh did trap him in, so what was his other option? Just another attack onto the Tortonite there, but he wants to save his 𝗧𝗏𝗺 for more spikes.
Yeah, it is a madness buff sweatband 𝗧𝗏𝗺, so I will agree with J-Dragon there. It just doesn't feel too good right now as he's sleeping, of course. But this is the tricky part always against going against a Tortonite, right? Cage is always online every other turn, aka Cage is online right now, so J-Dragon doesn't want to keep the sleeping 𝗧𝗏𝗺 on the board. But does he want to read a cage? I mean, it's always tough to play against a cage user. Maybe he attacks himself if there was a little bit of an attack he can do. Oh, no cage this turn.
No cage. Yeah, I was gonna say he might as well swap the 𝗧𝗏𝗺 anyway, but yeah, but okay. And the 𝗂𝘀𝗶 is just sitting there to rest. He just wanted the not scavenger. What is it called? Avenger. The Avenger proc.
Oh, that is right, Pat. Beautiful stuff from J-Dragon, bringing in the Avenger trait to get that buff there on your dying ally. But you know what? There goes another Tortonized Garden, putting a timer again, but this time on the Temsdale here. It's at +1 special attack, +1 speed. Can it do enough before going down? This is super interesting matchup.
Does he cage again? We'll see.
And you know, Pat, looking at the scoreboard here, this 𝗧𝗺𝗺, this anaerobic 𝗧𝗺𝗺, I feel like it's gonna give so much trouble to J-Dragon. He no longer has physical wind damage, and the only other physical attack is gonna be from Raise, and we all know Raise may be best as a special attacker. So man, that anaerobic Volrate might just be winning the game for Techh, but we'll see. Oh, and Beta Burst coming out. Oh, wait a second.
Oh, he rends the Temsdale to give it 4 turns of nullified. So now, if any cage happens, he can't obviously Hypnoid because it's mental, but he could bring Raise in for an Embers, and a little burn would save it from the Doom.
Yeah, and that Ren right there was 100% a cage read, thinking he was gonna go for another cage, but well done attack. Not gonna be giving the free Doom release or Doom cleanse off of that Temsdale. And we'll see this Ren now a little bit. I mean, everything's neutral. Oh, but that means things like a uppercut as well, 𝗧𝗵𝗶 Techh as well. But as we noted before, he doesn't have any 3 pryos, so this Zenriv should be closing it out on the 𝗧𝗵𝗆 and 𝗧𝗵𝗆. And he can't really swap into anything, as they would take way more damage than this last little 6.4%.
Yeah, 𝗂𝗀𝗶 does have the +1 speed, so it should be going before the 𝗧𝗵𝗆, which does swap out here into the Tortonite, anticipating another mental attack possibly. And we do see the Raise come in for the Zeno on 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's side.
Oh, so the double swap. Okay, double swap for Techh. Going on the game plan of making this Tortonite as tanky as possible. Let's see where he's chilling at.
Alright, we do see the EM not going to be doing anything onto that Tortonite. And Doom has 1 turn left, but you know what? Rise is on the board, so Embers will clear it off.
Oh, is that the idea? That would be brilliant to see. It is on a ticking time bomb this turn. It blows up. Temsdale is gonna have his head blown off if he doesn't clear off the Doom. So does he risk it? Does he go for the Embers? It sounds reasonable.
And you know what? The rend makes it so that the Temsdale is not as scared of the crystal spikes potentially coming out from Tort, but it gets slept anyway, and we do see the stone wall coming out from Keanu. Raise Embers onto the Temsdale, saving it from the Doom.
Hey, be the sage. I love what you said. It sounds reasonable. And that is right. Say, you know, 𝗏𝗏𝗏 doing a fantastic job at saving all his Doom targets. Techh taking the bulk the team, Doom the team approach. And 𝗏𝗏𝗏 just rendezvousing, you know, maneuvering his Temtems to be able to save everything. Zenriv was saved. Avenger Temsdale was saved. So let's see if he could keep that momentum going.
Temsdale swapping out here for the Zeno, ready for some more spikes. And we do see Embers onto the Keanu. Not going to be doing much after that stone wall, but Keanu does revitalize the Tortonite, which is pretty massive considering how much defense buffs it's stacked up already.
Yeah, and to take a look, Blastoise, I love the name, Blastoise the Tortonite, +4 defense, +3 special defense, so very, very tanky. But now with Zenriv on the board, Keanu looking in a tough pickle. It has to maybe be this Volrate, right? Yeah, Volrate's the only thing that can maybe eat this up. Well, let's see how much damage it's gonna do. Oh, onto the Tortonite instead. Okay.
Yeah, he definitely read that swap into the Volrate. Fire Nado also into the Tortonite. How much is it gonna do? Down to 12%, but it survives for another Garden. Now we do have Raise, who does have Embers, but it's only 1 turn.
That is right.
And Zeno is weak to the fire anyway. I think Temsdale does have EM. We did see it earlier, but again, that is 1 turn also, so he's gonna need some help to take off this Doom. I don't think he can this time if there is no cage.
Yeah, maybe he just lets it go and just gets a lot of damage. And hey, Rad Savage, that is such a good question. I think someone answered you, but either way, yeah, Rad, how it works is the last status condition gets cleansed, right? So Doom is the only one right now. You can only have a max of 2 status conditions on at one time. So the first one gets cleared off, if that makes sense, Savage. So yeah, for any new players, that is what's going on here in this match. The little intricacies of Temtem there.
And we do see the swap into Saku here, a little bit questionable, into this Madness buff spikes. It does massive damage, 56%, and then we do see the Embers slowly chipping that Voliran down, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough.
Yeah, and that is really smart. As we said before, that is the only physical damage J-Dragon has, so he could have directed it over to the Tortonite, but he knows he has to deal with this Voliran eventually. So little by little, that 6.25% from the burn will start to add up, so we'll see. As we saw, 50% was taken out from the Saku HP. So one more Crystal Spike will bring it all the way down, and look at his potential swaps there. Qiinu would go all the way down most likely. Sawukon goes down. Blastoise, we saw it do 30% the first time, so there is no clean swap for Techh.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't. Well, I guess it didn't really matter whether you sacrificed Munch last turn or this turn, but it will go down here more than likely to the spikes, and it does.
And hey, that's not all that bad. You get the clean kill on the 𝗧𝗵𝗶. That means your Ray's feeling a bit more comfortable.
Yeah, it is losing the battle right now to Voliran. It did have to Fire Flame, probably just to conserve some stamina, but you really want those burn takes, because with that Voliran beefed up on special defense, and now a little bit of defense too, that's percentage is your best friend here.
And Passe again the last little bit, it was just a slight cutoff.
Oh no, I'm just saying he wants to Embers the bird more, because with the stacks of defense it has, that burn damage is really a lot more meaningful now, because it's not going to be taking as much from the regular damage.
100%, definitely agree. And hey, Vengeful Swan, I saw what you said. No, 6 Tortonites cannot kill General X. The reason being that Zizor and the Raiken from General X would destroy your Tortonites. You know, one Piercing Wheel, one 𝗬𝗄𝗃 or Meteor Swarm will get destroyed. But there we go. Look at how much the 𝗬𝗃 has done, taking down back-to-back Tems.
And he does bring in the Kuro for another Avenger proc.
And alright, things are getting extremely close, but 𝗬𝗃, that +2/+2 special defense, special attack, does get brought down, but he went down swinging, taking down 𝗧𝗵𝗆, taking down Blastoise. I know he wished he would have taken down Saku or Qiinu as well.
I mean, he does have the raise here for both Saku and Qiinu, but how does he deal with this Voliran now with another defense up from the Protector buff? How many stacks is it at? It's at +3 defense, +5 special defense.
Yeah,
this
as you said,
a monster.
Yeah, monster indeed. We were saying that earlier. That's the only way of him really taking control of this matchup. But as you said, we got to rely on that Ember's pressure little by little. No matter how many stacks, you're always going to take that the consistent 6.25% from those ticks. So he has to hope his raise survives enough. He has no Revitalize on the team. So this is a tough bird to really take down. And with Qiinu here, I don't think J-Dragon can take down that +2 special, that +2 defense Qiinu in this turn. So that's most likely a Revitalize on this detrimental bird there.
Yeah, this is Jay's strategy. He's gotta make sure the Tental survives and get as many EMs and just play the stamina game onto the Voliran. So he's got to focus on taking out this Qiinu and this Saku quickly, and preserving the Tental just to exhaust the Voliran to death, essentially.
Yeah, and I agree. And you know, that 𝗵𝗶𝗆, of course, did a little bit more than I would have thought there. It has +2 special attack, but no +2 special defense like a Madness buff would. So doing a bit there. The question here, does a simple Embers at least kill the Qiinu? And do you want to use it because you're running out of stamina? Raze would have to overexert to do so. So let's see if he does go for it. Oh, Fire Flame. Okay, not too much stamina.
Oh, and he's electing to go with the Beta Burst again. A Revitalize on that Volrend could be massive here.
Yeah, you're so right. And you know what? That might be a costly game-losing mistake. A Revitalize will go so much further, I want to feel. But you know, I think in Tech's mind, he wanted that Kuro Tenta to go down. So Beta Burst plus the Toxic Plume would have brought Kuro down. But it looks like J-Dragon making the appropriate read, bringing in Potato instead. So not too bad. So one more Fire Flame, I believe he has. Looking at the stamina cost of the previous turn, he has one more he can do. So Kinu most likely down, and that Fire Flame outspeeds the Revitalize. So I don't think Techh is going to be able to get off any Revitalize left in this turn, but we'll see.
And strangely enough, Techh did go with the Plume last turn, instead of just like a Feather Gatling into either slot. I felt like that would have been better, especially considering that he knows his stamina is the one way he can lose with Volrend.
Yeah,
we do
I
see
could
the
see
Toxic
that.
King, of course, with the +2 speed going first before anything else, taking out this Kinu. And it looks like Techh decides to rest the Vola, so now we have the same situation of a fast tank going into this Saku first, and then probably a Fire Flame right after. So Saku's not making it to the end of this turn.
Yeah, I completely agree. Toxic Ink, Fire Flame should be enough. I think Fire Tornado also online if he wants to spend all that stamina to do so. I think the Fire Flame is enough. But hey, C. Martin, thank you so much for the follow, C. Martin. Oh, the Raze gets replaced. Let's see what he has.
Oh yeah, the Acid Reflux is online. This Saku is... Oh! It survives! Even after the Poison Tick. It gets a Wind Burst off. Does proc the Trance, but if he's got Feather Gatling following it up, this Potato might be down here.
Yeah, we'll see. And you were absolutely right. The Feather Gatling does bring it all the way down. But J-Dragon... I will give J-Dragon this. I don't think there is a better Temsdale player than J-Dragon. He's been playing Temsdale since almost the beginning of Temtem, before we even had Nagais available to us. That is 3 beautiful Avenger buffs back to back to back throughout this matchup. So well done. That is +3 special attack, +3 speed for this Kuro. So is that enough?
3 Tems down for J-Dragon. Avenger procs. That is massive.
Yeah, and
that is big brain play there.
EM doing a good little chunk right there. The Fire Flame does clean it up. I think this 2v1 will be going to the favor of J-Dragon, only because, as we saw right there, energy manipulation will always connect first. And hey, forget the EM, buy the Raze some stamina time, Hypno the Bird, and oof, the Roar. This is getting aggressively over right here. I think J-Dragon is going to be taking it for himself and his team.
Yeah, Jay did not panic. He saw the Volrend building up stacks of special defense, and a lot of players in that situation would just focus all of their attacks to try and gun down the Volrend instantly. But he can just play this stamina game, and a 2v1 is hard for Vola to overcome without a sweatband.
Yeah, and hey, the T-Plume doing the most he would otherwise just to get those things, but this is it. That is 2 Temtems with plenty stamina to go, so ending it in style. Awful song for the win. Let's go J-Dragon. And hey guys, that was a really interesting matchup, some craziness going down, but GG J-Dragon.